High above the roaring streets of New York City, inside a glass-walled boardroom, power sat comfortably at the table. 5 executives in tailored suits leaned back in their leather chairs, confidence dripping from every smirk. Across from them stood a young woman, jeans, a plain white t-shirt, hair tied back in a simple ponytail. She looked out of place. Too young. Too ordinary. She cleared her throat. "Sir," she said, pointing calmly toward the head of the table, "I'm the new owner of this company." For a split second, the room froze. Then it exploded with laughter. The loudest laugh came from Richard Harlan, a self-made millionaire, sharp-minded, ruthless, and proud of it. He wiped a tear from his eye. "Kid," he said between chuckles, "you've got courage. I'll give you that. But this isn't a fairy tale." He casually picked up the documents she handed over, already preparing to toss them aside. Then his eyes dropped to the bottom of the page. The color drained from his face. The laughter died mid-breath. Because that signature. He knew it. In that heavy silence, memories he had buried long ago came rushing back, memories of a rainy afternoon, and a kindness that had once meant nothing, until now. This is a story that proves how one small act can rewrite destinies. So stay with me, because what happens next will stay with you long after this video ends. And if stories of kindness, justice, and unexpected miracles move your heart, subscribe to Kindness Corner of MotivHeart Tales. Like this video if it touches you, and comment below with your own act of kindness. Now, let's begin. 15 years earlier, in a quiet suburb outside Chicago, Richard Harlan was already climbing fast. A young executive at Harlan Industries, a manufacturing giant owned by the legendary billionaire Elias Harlan. No family connection, just a coincidence of names that Richard had skillfully used to open doors. Elias Harlan was feared and admired. A man who built everything from nothing. Brilliant, but bitter. Wealth had given him power, not peace. And with no family left, whispers followed him everywhere, who would inherit it all? One stormy afternoon, Elias drove his vintage Cadillac through a forgotten neighborhood. Rain slammed against the windshield when, bang, a tire blew out. He was stranded. Alone. Soaked. Cars passed by without slowing. His hands shook as he tried to use the jack, arthritis screaming with every movement. Frustration turned into anger. Then, a shadow appeared. A teenage girl stood there holding an umbrella, her school backpack soaked through. She was 16. Her name was Mia Rodriguez. Without asking who he was, she stepped forward and held the umbrella over him. "I've got this, sir," she said gently, kneeling into the mud. "My dad taught me." Elias protested at first, pride always did. But Mia smiled and talked as she worked. She spoke about her dreams of college. About volunteering at shelters. About how her family believed kindness was the one thing you could always afford, even when you had nothing else. To her, Elias wasn't a billionaire. He was just an old man who needed help. When the tire was fixed, Elias reached for his wallet. She shook her head. "No money," she said, handing him a damp piece of paper with her name and a little drawing of a sun. "Just pay it forward." He drove away, changed, but silent. Mia went home and never thought about it again. Years passed. Richard rose higher, becoming Elias's right-hand man. He cut costs. Fired workers. Ignored desperate pleas from families. Profits soared. Humanity vanished. From his office, aging and tired, Elias watched it all. And often, his mind returned to that rainy day, to a girl who gave without expecting anything back. Quietly, he began searching. He learned Mia had worked 2 jobs through community college. That she'd started a small non-profit teaching underprivileged kids practical skills, fixing cars, building futures. As his health failed, Elias made a decision. And rewrote everything. The day Elias Harlan died, the company trembled. Executives gathered, confident power would finally be theirs. Richard even prepared a speech, more profits, fewer dead weights. Then the doors opened. Mia walked in. 31 now. Still modest. Still calm. But stronger than any of them. I'm the new owner, she said again. Laughter erupted, until the wool hit the table. Richard read. And read again. There it was. That unmistakable signature. The truth crushed him. Mia didn't smile. She didn't boast. I didn't ask for this, she said softly. But Mr. Harland believed in people over profits. And so do I. She looked around the room. We're bringing the workers back. Investing in communities. And turning this company into a force for good. Some shifted uncomfortably. Others nodded, inspired. Richard resigned soon after. Humbled. Changed. Under Mia's leadership, Harland Industries flourished, not through fear, but loyalty. Her non-profit merged with the company. Thousands trained. Thousands employed. And the company motto? Pay it forward. Because one act of kindness in the rain didn't just help an old man. It changed an empire. And it reminds us all. Kindness may be quiet. But its echo lasts forever.